Let's see how you do under pressure. Oh, yeah, I've been wanting this forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Okay, hey, yeah, ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy, extra, extra. Work with me, you know that.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome in to another episode podcast to talk about our favorite team, the Arizona Cardinals. How's everybody doing today on this glorious Wednesday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen? Our Arizona Cardinals are now sitting at 5-4, top of the division, and got an opportunity to potentially be 6-4? 6-4 going into the bye week. It's a good day to be alive. Appreciate everybody that's currently in the chat right now. Let's have a good day. Let me go ahead and just do a real quick shout out here to the sponsors of the AZ Sports Fan here throughout the entirety of the NFL season, and that's going to be none other than BetUS. If you're looking for a brand new sportsbook, BetUS is the way to go. Currently, right now, if you're using promo code YouTube150, they will provide you with a 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit and a 125% sign-up bonus on the following two. That's going to be by using promo code YouTube150 upon signing up. Of course, bet responsibly and bet within your means. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go and get started here. A lot to talk about today, a lot to dive into. Do me a huge favor, smack up the like button on your way in. We got, is it Adriel, Alexis, Jack, Juan, Jay, Michael? Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you for being here in the chat. All right, so we are now over the trade deadline. Thank God, right? I felt like we were focusing a lot on the trade deadline, right? And it kind of took away from football in general, right? I feel like every video that we were posting, because it's a big deal, right? It's a big situation. We were just focusing too much on it. Now we can focus on the next task at hand, right? New York Jets. And I feel like it's going to be a very, very important thing to figure out how this Arizona Cardinals team is going to be able to, obviously, come up here this coming Sunday and see if we can prove that we're not too high, right? We're not too ahead of ourselves right now. What we've heard from JG and what we heard from Kyler Murray, right, the main leaders of this locker room, is the fact that, they hear the outside noise, but they don't let it affect the locker room. And I'm so curious to figure out how we're going to come out here and attack this New York Jets team, because it's not going to be an easy task at all. Not going to be an easy task at all. It's going to be a tough one, but any given Sunday, you never know exactly what's going to happen here. So let's dive right into a couple different things we want to talk about today, right? Obviously, Cardinals versus Jets. And then on top of that, we also want to talk about Baron Browning and the trade deadline as well. So let's first talk about what Jonathan Gannon had to say, obviously, about, the difference on how it is playing versus a veteran in Aaron Rodgers and Caleb Williams that we had to prepare for. So let's first dive into the whole Aaron Rodgers and what JG had to say about that.
Defensive game plan's different every week, but to go from a rookie to a 40-year-old four-time MVP, how radically different does it become?
It's different, but it goes to knowing your opponent, you know what I mean? So they play different than anyone we've played, you know what I mean? And they like to do what they do, and obviously the game runs through Aaron, and I obviously got a high opinion of him, played him a lot, in my career. He's extremely hard to defend.
So here's the thing, right? It's crazy because he's right. This offense does run through Aaron. Now, I recently posted a preview video, and I said the exact same thing before I actually even heard this press conference here from Jonathan Gannon. Kudos to Jonathan Gannon for obviously acknowledging it. Now, here's the crazy part. They got a really, really good run game, and I mean a really good run game with the New York Jets, right? They got Braylon Allen, which is the rookie they just drafted, and then they got Breece Hall. Very, very good running backs. But with what I've seen from this New York Giants team, sorry, I said Giants. I apologize. The New York Jets team it almost kind of feels like they put the hands in Aaron. They put this offense in the hands of Aaron Rodgers, right? And this could be a team that can go away from the run, which would be to the benefits of the Arizona Cardinals. Now, keep in mind also that Aaron Rodgers, to me, I don't feel like he's playing like MVP Aaron Rodgers, right? Like we're used to seeing Aaron Rodgers, but don't take that away from, this is a very, very smart quarterback, veteran, that is very, very savvy and has seen a lot, right? He's seen a lot so far in the NFL. So I'm so curious to figure out how Aaron Rodgers is going to attack this Arizona Cardinal defense, which we've seen be really, really good, right? And by really, really good, I mean not allowing any touchdowns in 60 minutes, or is he going to dice this up, right? So that's one of the main things that I'm really intrigued of how this game is going to shake out here, Cardinals versus Jets, because uh, I don't know, like there's just so many things that can go very, very well for the Cardinals. But if Aaron Rodgers is on one, right, and I mean, if he's on a good day, we could also kind of get burnt here at the same time. So curious, so excited. This is going to be a very, very exciting matchup here, Jets versus Cardinals, and we got an opportunity to be 6-4, right? And I know a lot of us don't want to look too ahead, and that's exactly the way you should be looking at this too. Don't look too ahead, because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, you know, we how am I trying to say this? Cardinal fans, we know the reason why I hesitated so bad is because we know the moment we have full trace or trust and faith in an organization, we do kind of feel like we're getting punched in the stomach, or the whole gotcha, right? The I told you shouldn't believe, but I don't know. I feel like this organization or this culture that's being built right now is different than what we've experienced with Wilkes, as well as Kingsbury, right? I feel like it's different because there's plenty of opportunities for this Cardinals organization to, you know, not believe in this, you know, coaching staff, but they rallied, right? They are fully engaged with Jonathan Gannon and obviously this culture that's being built. So super excited. Honestly, I think this is going to be a very, very good matchup. Um, to be honest with you, I feel like there is a path where the Cardinals can dominate. Maybe not dominate to the level of what we did to Chicago, or what we did to the Rams, but I don't know. I could see a path where the Cardinals are running the ball down their throats. They have to play catch up. They put the ball in the hands of Aaron Rodgers a little too much. Maybe Garrett Williams gets a pick. Maybe there might be a sack or two, right? Maybe there might be a crucial turnover. I don't know. I see a path where the Cardinals could potentially be very, very good in this game, right? Now, like I said, call me blindly optimistic. That's completely fine. But this game is a very, very important game for the West, for the Cardinals, for everything, right? For all of the above. Right now, every game moving forward is a must win for the Cardinals to try to stay within this NFC West division race. Now, we're going to be diving into here the trade deadline, and obviously the aftermath, and how you guys feel here in the chat as well. I know there's been a little bit of a disappointment on what happened, but at the end of the day, turn the page, right? Turn the page. We're focusing on what Baron Browning can do for us, and that's what we're going to be diving into a little later on. But continue to talk about the Jets versus Cardinals. This game has an opportunity to be a statement game for the Cardinals. Absolutely, right? A lot of people have already started opening their eyes, and I mean national people have already started opening their eyes on the Cardinals potentially being a playoff team. Believe it or not, right? We're in a 3-game winning streak right now. Potentially could be 4, right? Whenever you hear the Jets, they're always talked about in a national level. So that means if the Cardinals come out here on Sunday and take care of business, then people are talking about the Cardinals being a real team that could potentially compete within the NFC West and potentially make a playoff run. Now, I don't know if you guys feel the same way. Do you guys feel like the NFC North is the best division in the NFC? I do. I do. The only path I could see right now, unless there's a complete collapse within the NFC North, I feel like there's one team that's going to make it into the playoffs in the West. I mean, I could be wrong, right? There's still 8 games left for the Cardinals, right? There's still 8 games left. So I could be completely wrong, and I hope I am. But right now, what I feel is I feel like there's going to be one team coming out of the West. And I hope that's going to be the Arizona Cardinals. But you got to take care of business. You take care of business here. You got our bye week. You get healthy. Hopefully, Darius Robinson comes back after the bye week. Hopefully, Jonah Williams comes back after the bye week. And then we're talking about a different team moving forward. So, super, super exciting. Super, super exciting. I don't think it's an easy W. We got my guy in the chat saying 80 AZ says it's an easy win versus the Jets. To me and you, we can say that, right? We're fans. We're observers of the Arizona Cardinals, right? That's what we do. We observe from the outside. Then me, I either critique or I give praise, right? I can say that, but I hope this organization and I hope this team is not coming into State Farm Stadium on Sunday thinking that same way. Because guess what? The Cardinals are actually favored to win this game per bet US by 1 point, right? We're so much better as underdogs. We really, really are. Now, one day I hope we get to the level of we don't have to worry about if we're underdogs or if we're favorited. I hope one day we get to that level, right? And that obviously starts off with culture. Once culture gets established and culture gets fixed to the level that it's trending in this direction that we're seeing it, I don't think we have to worry about that. But there is a path where the Cardinals can have a successful game against the Jets. And that starts with running the ball down their throat. It starts with running the ball down their throat, keeping Aaron Rodgers on the sidelines, and Kyler, James Conner, Trey McBride, Trey Benson to cook, right? That's what we need to see here from our Arizona Cardinals this coming Sunday. I think it's going to be a very, very exciting matchup, not just for Cardinals fans, but for Jem. You have an opportunity to take the Jets out and put a fork in them. Like, you got an opportunity right here to stick a fork in the Jets and say, y'all done, right? They still have a little glimmer of hope. They did win a really, really good, crucial game against the Texans, right? They did. So now we're in a situation where let's see what happens, right? Let's see what happens. All right. Now, let's move on over to this next thing I want to talk about here, right? Let's talk about the aftermath of the trade deadline. Now, I want to get your guys' gauge and how you feel about, obviously, the moves that have been made. I did go ahead and cast a vote, and I'm not sure if you guys saw it on my community tab, but I went ahead and put a vote out there, and I ended up asking you guys in, obviously, the AZ sports fan community. I ended up asking you guys, how do you feel about the trade deadline moves, right? And right now, with 821 votes, 17 hours in, we have 32% saying it was good. 68% saying they underwhelmed, right? So, per this vote on my community tab, and obviously let me know in the chat how you're feeling, 68% saying they underwhelmed. 32% saying it was good, right? So we're seeing right now a lot of Cardinal fans that are not too hyped up about the moves that were made, or I guess lack of moves. One thing I will say, like I said earlier in this podcast, let's just turn the page, right? Let's turn the page. All we can do right now is hope that Baron Browning can be the next best edge rusher that we've seen in an Arizona Cardinal uniform. That's the only thing that we can do at this moment, right? What the Giants decided that they were going to do, let them dig their own grave, right? Now, all the videos that we posted, they weren't far-fetched. They weren't clickbait. They weren't things that were, oh, Mike's wrong. No, these were serious talks that were happening before the trade deadline. These were serious talks that were happening before the trade deadline. So I wasn't making these rumors up. These were serious things that were happening. It's just the New York Jets decided to not trade off an asset at the end of the day. The best thing that we got going for us right now, and best thing that we can say to ourselves, is let Baron Browning, let's let him unleash on this defense, and let's see what the Arizona Cardinals can do with Baron Browning. That's it. That's all we can do. No point in dwelling in the past. No point. Let's see what Baron Browning can do. Now, the media ended up asking Jonathan Gannon how is Baron Browning, or how he feels about him. And honestly, I thought it was actually a very funny response in terms of what he said about Baron Browning. And this is what he said.
Really good handshake. Serious, excited to be here. So he'll be out there today.
And that he'll be out there today is the case, ladies and gentlemen, because he's out there right now. He's out there right now. Check this out here, ladies and gentlemen. Check this out. Let me do a quick sharing of my screen. Here we go. Let's put this bad boy up here so we're all looking at the same thing. Check this out. Shout out to my guy Tyler Drake from Arizona Sports. Look at that. Number 53. There he is. Baron Browning, the new Arizona Cardinal. And then shout out to Paul Calvisi as well. There he is again. Number 53, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Let's see what this young man can do for us. And I mean, he's still 25 years old too, right? So it's not like one of those things where it's like, oh man, he's not going to do anything for it. He's 25. Let's see. Maybe he's just looking for an opportunity. Maybe he's just looking for a staple point within the defense, right? Let's rally. Let's see what this guy can do. And believe it or not, he might be the best rusher we currently have. He might be the best rusher we currently have. So for what it's worth, he's there. He's practicing. And let's see if he can cook something up here for the Arizona Cardinals, because boy, do we need it. I need Aaron Rodgers to be on the floor. I need Aaron Rodgers to be on the floor here. So I'm super excited about that. All right. So aftermath of the trade deadline. Now, real quick, this is going to be a smaller, abbreviated podcast. I forgot to mention that in the beginning of the stream. Sorry about that. I got some personal things to do here on personal life, family stuff. So this is going to be a smaller, abbreviated podcast. It's going to probably be about 30 minutes, maybe even less than that. So just FYI. But yeah, Baron Browning. Will he play on Sunday? With what we're kind of seeing and what we're kind of hearing, right? Obviously, the response here from Jonathan Gannon and what he said.
Really good handshake. Serious, excited to be here. So he'll be out there today.
Got a young man here that's excited to be here, right? A young man that's excited about the opportunity. Got a young man that wants to come in here and actually prove that he does have what it takes to play in the NFL. And sometimes you just need that eye of the tiger, honestly. Like, right? Sometimes you just need that, right? Sometimes you just need that at the end of the day. So I'm excited to see what he's going to do. Now, will he play on Sunday? I don't know. I mean, if we're going to put our best guesstimation out there, probably, but maybe in a limited fashion, right? I think right now where the Cardinals are at defensively, we are a very, very much rotational type of defense, right? Like that's who we are. We rotation the guys that we have on our depth chart. Now, will Browning be a depth piece for us? Will he be a starter for us? That's remain to be seen, right? I think it's going to really depend on, obviously, if production's there, right? Because who we have currently right now on the Arizona Cardinals roster, you know, right? Your Zaven Collins, your Victor Demicages, your Xavier Thomas. I don't know what's going on. I apologize. Xavier Thomas. You know, we don't have. I guess if you could say like we have a pure pass rusher, it would probably be Xavier Thomas, which is the rookie. Like crazy to say it, but it's the truth. That's probably our pure pass rusher on this team, right? But of course, you also got your Dante Stills, pass rusher. LJ Collier is not a pass rusher, but a defensive end. So I mean, we got some really good pieces on our line, and we've seen this Arizona Cardinal defense show up in big moments. We're just hoping that Baron Browning can come in here and step into the role that we're all kind of hoping for him to be. Now, little kind of tidbit here. Not sure if you guys noticed this, or I guess maybe you probably wouldn't, but check this out here. You're looking at the depth chart of the Arizona Cardinals on ESPN. Take a look at this real quick. That Baron Browning right there, look at that. Now, granted, this is ESPN, right? This is ESPN, so I'm not going to put too much weight into this, but they already have him as a starting edge for the Cardinals. Once you look at that here, right? Xavier Thomas taking a back seat. Now, another thing is that Baron Browning is only under contract for this year, right? So being the fact that we gave up a 6th round pick for him, it's no skin off our backs, y'all. It really isn't. At all. Let me look at his exact contract here real quick. Yeah, literally 2024. That's it. That's all his cap hit right now is 1.5 mil for the year. So it's actually probably prorated and a lot less for the Cardinals as well, because his base salary is like 3.1. So like, yeah, this was one of those Monty Ossenfort moves. And I know right now, right, especially with the, what am I trying to say? With the vote that I ended up putting on my community tab, a lot of people feel like the Cardinals underwhelmed, but like you could still feel like the Cardinals underwhelmed, but then wake up today, right? And say, okay, well, let's see what this guy can do, right? Because to be honest with you, I think there was just a lot of people had too much high expectations, including myself. I was on the Azeez Ojulari train, right? Of course, I would love that big splash move, but even then, to me, it wasn't a big splash move because you could have potentially gave up a 4th or a 5th, but the Cardinals just didn't decide to do it. So let's see what this guy can do. Let's see what this guy can do. Ian, what's up, Ian? Appreciate the super chat. He says, Monty didn't rock the boat, and that's okay. And that's fine, right? And that's fine to say too, because at the end of the day, we want success for this team. This organization this year hasn't led us astray, right? We're in the top of the division right now. Could we have gotten a flashy move? Yes, we could have, but that's probably not the forte. That's probably not the path this team wants to go. And I know you can use the excuse of obviously Bidwill and, him and the Titans and the, Patriots way. Yes, okay, that's fine. But yeah, let's just not even focus on that right now. Let's focus on what this kid, sorry, he's not even a kid, well, young man, right? 25. I guess he's a full-on man now. This 25-year-old can do for the Cardinals, right? That's what our main focus should be on. Now, I have heard from Detroit content creators as well as people who cover the team that this was a good pickup for the Cardinals, right? And even on the roundtable yesterday on Tuesday, and I don't know if you guys were there, but there was a lot of glowing praises on the Arizona Cardinals making a move and bringing in Baron Browning. Like seriously, people were like, "Wow, what a good pick," right? Because some people feel like he just probably really wasn't given much of an opportunity because of obviously the injury concerns that he has. Now, can he stay healthy for the year? Maybe. Can he provide us 3, 4, 5 sacks for the year? Maybe, right? Everything's an if right now. Everything's a shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? That's what everything's at currently right now. But this could potentially be a good pick, right? This could potentially be a good trade for us. Potentially, right? All we can do is wait. But we didn't need his production. We're 5-4. This is literally a cherry on top of the ice cream, right? My guy in the chat says, do we know when Darius should be back? Right now, he's still not in practice, for what it's worth. Yeah, he's still not in practice. So, I don't know if you noticed, but the Darius Robinson videos have slowed down on the channel. And I think one of the biggest reasons as to why is that they're probably not even thinking about Darius Robinson right now until after the bye week, right? Whether it's health or whether it's obviously emotionally because his mother ended up passing away 2 or 3 weeks ago now. So, it's one of those things, right? So, yeah. I mean, if let's say, for example, he finishes off the season with 4 or 5 sacks, right? I mean, that's production. That's pretty good for a 6th round pick. I mean, I'll take it, right? But it just obviously depends on rotation and who's going to be available and all these different things in that, right? So for the people out there that feel like it's over, right? Oh man, we're going to lose the West. All we can do right now is hope and pray that the Cardinals can stick together and this new piece that we have is going to trend us in the right direction. All we can kind of hope for at this very moment. We got my guy Lorenzo in the chat saying, I'm hoping the first game against the last place Seahawks. And I'm assuming you're talking about when Darius is coming back, right? That's what everybody's suspecting, right? But like we all did also suspect that he was going to come back maybe a week or two after, the 21-day window was opened up. But then he re-aggravated his calf, and then his mother, it just was a whole thing that kind of kept pushing the debut of Darius Robinson back and back. But like I said, I mean, Darius is going to be a cherry on top of the ice cream when he comes back to this defense. Baron Browning will be a cherry on top of the ice cream when he comes back and plays for this defense. Because so far, believe it or not, the Arizona Cardinals defense right now is not playing that bad. Like, they're not, right? I know I've said multiple different times that, we're not going to win with this defense, but they've proved me wrong, right? This is one of those main reasons why, I love to eat crow every once in a while, because this defense, I'm not saying still is going to win you all the games, but they can hold people to not getting a touchdown. And we've seen that in 2 games already with the Chargers as well as versus the rookie quarterback in Caleb Williams. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the Cardinals are going to be able to do here. Now, total defense, the Cardinals are still ranked 25. So for what it's worth, right, per the stats, we're not ranked as one of the best defenses out there. And rightfully so, right? You never know. It's still kind of hot and cold. But I still want to give a little respect to this defense because they're playing a lot better than I anticipated them to, right? Passing defense, we're rated number 24, right? Rushing defense, we're rated number 22, right? So per the stats, we're not. I'm just saying I want to give a little love to them because we've shown some flashes here and there. Not consistent flashes, but we've seen some flashes here and there. And if we can build off of that, and our offense finally gets it right with the pass game, Oh, man. Let's go. Let's go. We're talking about a very capable team here in the Arizona Cardinals. So I'm excited. I really am excited. My guy U-Turns on the chat says the defense is overachieving. I feel the same way too. Like, honestly, like, you can look at the stats and you say, what are you talking about, Mike? We're rated number 23, right? Or this, and that, where we're rated so bad and deep. I'm talking about who we have on this team. Nobody suspected this team to be holding two teams with no touchdowns in 60 minutes, right? Nobody expected this team to hold the Bills to what they did, the Lions to what they did. Now, did they get demolished a couple times? Yes, they did. But that comes in the NFL, right? We got demolished by the Commanders and we got demolished by the Green Bay Packers. It happens. I mean, you're not going to have a perfect year, right? And so far, the Cardinals are 5-4. Bask in the glory that the Cardinals are 5-4 right now, ladies and gentlemen. I would rather be this than talking about the draft in November, right? We got a real chance here. We got a real chance to stay within the division race. And I know we're going to have some, people rushing to the comments saying we would have had a better chance if the Cardinals went after a pure pass rusher or a premier pass rusher. I mean, you're right. I can't disagree with you there. Cardinals decided not to do it. So all we can do right now as Cardinal fans, rally behind Barron. All we can do. Let's see if we can get another multiple sack game against a not mobile quarterback in Aaron Rodgers this coming weekend. And hopefully our run game can elevate or continue to do what they're doing week in and week out and run the ball down the throats of their opposing team, because that seems to be people's kryptonite right now. People's kryptonite. And guess what? The Jets do not have a great run blocking what am I trying to say? The Jets do not have a good stopping the run defense. Like, I don't think they're rated very well. I think they're somewhere in the 20s. Like, they give up a lot of yards on the ground, game in and game out. And guess what? Cardinals love doing that, right? Cardinals love doing that. We love running the ball down people's throats. But also on the other side of the coin, if they're prepared for that, I do have the confidence that the Cardinals can hopefully get this pass game going, because we need to be able to flip the switch like that. And inconsistencies that we still seeing so far, yes, there is. But week by week, get better and better. And let's see what the Arizona Cardinals can potentially do here on the game before going into the bye week. Super, super excited about that. My guy Richie in the chat says they also shut the Lions down in the Niners in a sec. Boom. There you go. 100%. See? So per the stats, exactly, right? They're going to tell you that the Arizona Cardinals don't have a good defense, but you're 110% right. They did shut out the Lions and the Niners in the second half. That means zilch. That was a goose egg in the second half that allowed the Arizona Cardinals to A, beat the San Francisco 49ers, and then B, losing, what was it, 6 points, 7 points to the Lions, something like that. It was less than a touchdown, or it was probably a touchdown if I can remember correctly. I think it was a touchdown, actually. But anyways, right, I digress. The Lions are smacking everybody around right now. Like, they're hitting another level. They're hitting a brand new... If the Lions are not NFC favorites, I would be shocked. I would be absolutely shocked. But, yeah, super excited, ladies and gentlemen. Now, like I said a little earlier, very, very much implications. I'm super excited about this game. I think the Cardinals do have very much of an opportunity to come out here and prove that we are legitimate. It's just obviously take care of business, right? All right, yo, I did say we are going to have a smaller abbreviated version today of this podcast. Obviously, I got to do a couple different things here on my personal life. So shout out to everybody that's currently here in the chat. Thank you so very much. We will be live tomorrow as well. But let me give a shout out here to BetUS. If you're looking for a brand new sports book, BetUS is the way to go. Currently, right now, use promo code YouTube150. They will provide you with a 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit and 125% sign-up bonus on the following two. That's going to be using promo code YouTube150 upon signing up. We'll get you this great offer. Of course, bet responsibly and bet within your means. And choose BetUS. Appreciate y'all. We're going to be closing up shop. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure. Smack the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. On the road to 16K. All right, y'all. It's been an absolute pleasure. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, go Cardinals.